Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. What you guys are worried about, that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. New poll by Gallup asks Americans what they worry about, what makes them nervous. 4 categories: you worry a great deal, a fair amount, a little, not at all. First, the economy. 88% are worried about that, 11% are not. Federal spending and the budget deficit, 80% worried, 20% not. Healthcare, 77% worried about it, 23% are not. Unemployment, 77% concerned, 23% not. Hunger and homelessness, 76% worried about that, 23% not. Social Security system, 75% concerned, 24% not. Crime and violence, 70% concerned, 29% not. Power of the federal government, 68% worried about that, 31% are not. Possibility of terror attacks, 63% worried, 37% not. Drug use, 63% concerned, 37% not. Illegal immigration, 57% of Americans are worried about it, 42% not worried. And climate change, 49% concerned, but 51, a majority, are not concerned. So as usual, money issues dominate, security second, and theoretical situations like climate change are way down the list. To be fair, every American should support a cleaner environment. U.S. industry should be given tax breaks to develop alternative fuels and more efficient cars, because getting away from fossil fuels is a good thing. But liberal America wants far more than that. They don't want to impose economic restrictions that hurt all Americans in their theoretical battle against global warming. And President Obama buys into that. Truth is, Mr. Obama should have approved the Keystone Pipeline a long time ago. That would help the U.S. economy, damage OPEC and Russia, and not hurt the environment, according to all credible studies. The Gallup poll proves once again the economy is the big dog. America is getting weaker because we are not able to generate enough good jobs in the private sector so that workers can move up. A stagnant society is a weak society. As Talking Points has mentioned, the next election this coming November is big. The main issue, whether the country wants to return to a robust private business climate or wants to stay with the big government nanny state philosophy. That's what's at stake in November. And that's the memo. Now for the top story tonight, reaction. Joining us from Washington, Kate Obenchain, a Republican, and Democrat Kirsten Powers. So Powers, are you surprised that climate change not a concern of most Americans?
No, because it typically hasn't shown up in polls as being a top concern, and in fact, in recent polls, it has sort of decreased in terms of support. So this is pretty consistent. I think it's 2 things. I think, first of all, people tend to be more concerned with the immediates, as the things that you listed at the top of the poll, the economy, which obviously is going to impact how much money you make and your day-to-day life. Climate change is more of a long-term problem. The second thing I think is happening is that it's become a really ideological issue. And so I think you start to see Republicans being less concerned about it than Democrats. A lot of Republicans believe that it's really not even anything to be concerned about. And I think that that's something, I don't think that's something that we saw in past polls.
For an issue that gets so much publicity, Kate, there were only 2 issues, race relations and climate change, that were below the concern line. I was surprised. I thought more, because it's such a fervent liberal cause. So many Hollywood people, get a lot of publicity in that. I thought it would be, 60-40 concern. Why is it?
Amazing. It's amazing because this is something the mainstream media pushes, but this is one of the few things that the American public has not bought into the leftist myth. I think in large part because the myth has been debunked. Even the UN's Council on Climate Change said that they have no idea if the climate's going to change over the next 15 years, and they actually have no idea about the impact of man on any sort of climate change.
Who said that?
The Council, the UN's panel on climate change.
Now, do you really think that the folks are reading UN policy papers?
No, but listen, actually, when they hear it on the news that the myth is debunked, then they start to question what we're being taken advantage of.
For every myth is
UN
debunked statement, you got 10 that say, quite accurately, by the way, that more scientists, climatic scientists, think that there's global warming, and that's the truth. So it's still a mystery why the folks aren't buying it. The folks aren't buying it, Powers. They're not buying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think part of it is what I said, that I think it is sort of a long-term problem.
But the weather affects you every day.
Hold on. Let me finish. But I just want to say, I mean, and NASA was out with a study today saying that they are now expecting that warming is going to be 20% higher than they originally thought. So this idea that it's been debunked, I have to disagree with.
I disagree with that too.
Yeah, 97% of climate scientists have said that they think the warming in the past 100 years was caused by human behavior.
I don't believe that stat, Powers. I don't believe it's that high.
NASA believes it. So I mean,
it hasn't changed since the Clinton-Gore administration. The climate has not increased since the Clinton-Gore administration.
It's not the way science works.
Crazy low.
Ladies, you're falling into the trap.
Between the Clinton administration and today.
You are both falling into an ideological trap. And it's boring, quite frankly.
It's not ideological.
Yes, it is. Of course it is. We're not going to solve it here. All right? You got your scientists over here that say global warming is real.
No,
you got your scientists over there that say it isn't.
I'm sorry, there are not an equal number of scientists on the side saying that it's not true.
I said that's true. More scientists too.
Okay, but you're acting like Kate and I have like an equal argument here, and it's not.
I'm not making it out to be an equal argument. I was quite clear when I said more scientists are on your side. But that even makes this more fascinating. So let's stay with fascination.
Okay,
right?
and so I really do think that a lot of this is there's not the immediate impact. We're talking about something down the road, and people tend to be more concerned with the immediate.
And they blame Sandy, and they blame the cold winter, and they blame the drought in California. Everything is blamed on global warming. Now, Kate, let's get to you. Powers is right. The majority of scientists in this area say they believe in global warming. But the folks, for some reason, even though they're outnumbered by the scientists, the liberal media, the Hollywood stars, the propaganda, the folks are saying, you know what? I'm not buying it, or I'm not that concerned about it. Why?
There are two things. One, they think it's been exaggerated. That's one of the reasons why you don't hear global warming anymore. You hear climate change. The other thing is the dramatic economic impact of the response to this theoretical global warming. You're seeing EPA regulations that are killing jobs. You're seeing Obama talk about a national energy tax that could kill about 600,000 jobs over the next 9 years. You're hearing about the war on coal that is having a role in shutting down 285 coal power plants. The American people are suffering. Median income has gone down $4,000. They're not interested in appeasing the radical environmentalists with this global warming theory and watching their paychecks diminish.
I think that's a good point. I think it is tied into economics, and most people. You know, it's like illegal immigration, very low. It's very passionate, illegal immigration, but it's very low on the concern meter. All right, ladies, good debate. I got to go. Not a telethon, you know that. Next on the rundown, what